Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
If you're fascinated by rugby careers, the highs and lows, make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession. You won't want to miss our insights.
Definitely.
Today, we're looking at an interesting article. It's titled Ranked, 3 Incredibly Unlucky Springboks.
It focuses on players from the modern era, guys whose careers, well, maybe didn't hit the peaks they could have due to some tough breaks.
Exactly. So our mission today is, well, to look at who these players are, figure out what happened, and maybe reflect a bit on the what-ifs.
Yeah, it's always fascinating how fine the margins are in professional sport. Talent is one thing, but luck, that plays a huge part too, doesn't it?
It really does. So first up, the article highlights Pat Lambie.
Oh, Lambie.
Yeah.
Real poster boy, as the article says. Schoolboy star.
Totally. And remember that stunning debut, 2010 Currie Cup final for the Sharks?
Ah,
Burst onto the scene.
incredible debut. And then, what, 50 buck caps by the time he was 25?
That's right. A super talented utility back. Looks set to be the first choice fly half for years, you know.
Yeah, he really did. But then came that collision in 2016. Against Ireland, C.J. Stander.
Oof. That was a bad one. The article mentions the severe concussion and the ongoing issues he had after that, post-concussion syndrome.
It's just brutal. A stark reminder of the risks,
Correct.
especially with head knocks. You really feel for a player when something like that derails things so badly.
It's incredibly tough. He tried to come back, showed real determination, but ultimately he had to retire early. 2019, just 28 years old, based on medical advice.
28. It's so young in rugby terms. Such a loss of potential, really.
It felt like South African rugby lost someone really special way too soon. It just shows how quickly a top-level career can change.
Absolutely. It highlights the fragility, doesn't it? And this seriousness of concussion management, which thankfully is getting better, but still,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Okay, so the second player mentioned is Marcell Coetzee.
All right, Coetzee. Back around, say, late 2014, he was definitely looking like the next big thing for the Boks, a powerful loose forward.
Yeah, he racked up 26 test caps really quickly by age 23. Made a big impact.
He did. And what's striking, like the article points out, is that he's 34 now, still playing great rugby for the Bulls.
Top quality rugby.
Exactly. But he's only played, what, 5 tests in the last decade?
5. It really hammers home that unlucky tag, doesn't it?
It really does. And if you're finding these stories interesting, remember to subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more deep dives like this one.
Good point. So with Coetzee, the timing of his injuries seems particularly cruel.
That's the key thing. Remember 2019? Yeah. Selected for that final World Cup warm-up against Argentina.
Yeah.
Gets a concussion early on, forced off, and then ruled out the whole World Cup with an ankle injury picked up around the same time. Just devastating timing.
And wasn't there something similar in 2015 as well?
Yes. Injured again. Hinneke Meyer apparently told him he wouldn't make the World Cup squad for England because of it. Talk about bad luck, striking twice before major tournaments.
It's just awful luck to have those huge opportunities, the World Cups, snatched away like that. It must be incredibly frustrating.
You put in all that work, perform consistently at club level, and then injury hits right at the crucial moment. A really tough pill to swallow.
It shows how vital just being fit is at those selection times. Talent isn't always enough if your body lets you down at the wrong moment.
True. And it also perhaps speaks to the depth in South African rugby, you know.
Yeah.
The competition for back row spots has always been intense.
That's a fair point. Sometimes even when you're playing well, someone else is fit, in form, and gets the nod.
Exactly. His last test was just that one game against Wales back in 2022.
Right. Okay, so the final player the article discusses is Rohan Janse van Rensburg.
Ah, RJVR. Yeah. The article says he undoubtedly deserved more test caps, and it's hard to argue with that.
Especially during that Lions golden era, 2016 to 2018. He was immense, such a powerful center.
A real handful. His ball carrying, his ability to break the line, stood out globally, really.
Well, sure, but despite that incredible form, just one Springbok cap.
One cap under Marcell Coetzee, that end-of-year test against Wales in 2016.
And that was it. After that, he moved overseas, right?
Right.
Played for Sale Sharks for quite a while.
Yeah, about 5 years in England. Became a key player for them, even with a few injuries here and there. Then he had that brief stint back at the Sharks.
And now he's in France with Bordeaux, still playing well.
Still impressing, which just makes that single cap seem, well, even more like a bit of a mystery or maybe a missed opportunity for the Boks.
It really makes you think about selection, doesn't it? Different coaches, different game plans, maybe how a player fits a specific system.
Absolutely. He had obvious talent and power, but for whatever reason, wasn't consistently in the Springbok frame after that one chance.
So it looks like he'll probably stay a one-cap Springbok, which, for many fans who watched him dominate at club level, feels like, well, not enough.
It does feel a bit like that.
Yeah.
But, it also raises the question of how we measure success. He's had a very strong club career, even if international honors were limited.
That's true. So the article ends by asking the reader, who do you think have been the unluckiest Boks?
Yeah, opening it up for debate, there are probably other names people might throw into the mix.
Definitely. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Who do you think has been particularly unlucky in their Springbok career? You can leave a comment or send us a WhatsApp on 06000211.
Be interesting to see who comes up.
It really is fascinating looking back, isn't it? Seeing how circumstance, luck, injuries, how much they shape these careers.
Absolutely. Pat Lambie, Marcell Coetzee, Rohan Janse van Rensburg. 3 very different stories, but all with that element of misfortune, perhaps.
We hope this deep dive gave you some food for thought. What are your opinions? Agree with the article? Disagree? Let us know.
It's always good to reflect on these journeys in the tough world of professional rugby.
And please don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession so you catch our next deep dive.
Yeah, lots more to talk about in the world of rugby.
Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive, and we look forward to you joining us next time.